You see the title. Why you should be in. Now, it's very vague, so let me explain. I think, as you live, as you learn, especially with the relationships around you, whether it be friendships, boyfriend, girlfriend, romantic relationships, even family relationships, especially family relationships. I think that when a person is just naturally kind and, has like that personality of just wanting to be friends with everyone and just wanting to please everyone, obviously that stems from something way deeper. Some call it the nice guy effect. Women have it as well. You run into a lot of issues and problems when you have this trait. I think it's a very good trait to have. I think kindness, love, giving love, and being patient, because I feel like all those things come with being kind, right? Like I said, that comes from that what people call nice guy effect, right? You're kind of doing that in a selfish manner as well. Like you're trying to get something out of it. You're trying not to ruffle any feathers. You're trying to not let people be so critical of you. So you give out this, nice guy effect so you could kind of be left alone. And as you grow older, at least hopefully most people, at least I have, I still struggle with it from time to time, but overall I feel like I've gotten better at not ignoring it, but just at just reprogramming my mind and the way I go about things through the years of experience. And like I said, the point is that people take advantage of that. And then when you change into what they see as, okay, this guy's an asshole now, right? But that attitude change didn't happen overnight. At least not for me. It took years after different situations with different relationships. Like I said, whether it be friendships, romantic relationships, or family relationships, for one to understand that there must be boundaries. And I hate using that buzzword, but I wouldn't know how else to put it. Barriers, boundaries that we all as people should have. And once those boundaries aren't respected no more, they keep getting stepped over. They keep getting stepped over them. Then that's when you should make that decision of, little by little, just separating yourself from this individual, or just doing it completely, depending on the type of person you are. Now, with me, and whenever I see what they call a red flag, I'm out. It could be a romantic relationship or friendship, and especially a relationship with a family member. And I say especially with a family member because they are the ones that take the most advantage of these kinds of things. Because there is so much more leeway with a family member, so much more space for you to fuck up. And as a family member, you understand that. So you feel like nothing's ever gonna change. That's my blood. We've been through so much. So I'm gonna keep poking and poking and poking. And I learned a few years back that cutting off a family member It's not the worst thing in the world. If your mom or your dad is constantly like giving you shit, talking down on you, why would you want this person to be around you, or for you to be around this person? You don't have to hate them. You don't have to wish them ill. But you could, what I think would respect yourself and walk away from that type of toxic relationship. Even if it's your mom, if it's your dad. A lot of people would disagree. A lot of people would say, no, that's blood. I have to keep working. We have to keep working on it. We have to keep, we have to keep trying. And you should. I think you should. I'm not saying right off the bat they do something that you don't agree with, or, they mistreat you. They make a mistake. I'm not saying everyone here should be perfect, right? But I'm talking about a constant pattern of the same behavior for years. Not months, not a couple, 2 or 5 years. I'm talking about years. So I don't think there's anything wrong with you ending the relationship like that, walking away from a relationship like that. If it's unhealthy, why stay in it? Again, it's not to hate them. It'd be the complete opposite, dude. It'd be like, I wish them well, wish them health, and wish for them the best so that they could change their habits, their bad habits, their behavioral habits. That's kind of a tongue twister for me. And again, it's not to say that everyone here should be perfect. Everyone's perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to say the wrong things, do the wrong things, especially in the heat of the moment. I'm talking about constant pattern behaviors. The ones that you ignore, the red flags that you ignore from your family, from a lover. Those red flags in the beginning that you ignore from a romantic relationship. Those are the ones that now, I'm a 31-year-old man now. I see them, I observe them, I know what they are. And the nice guy effect that I used to have is, okay, I was able to change. I was able to observe myself and work through these bad habits and become better and be better. So who am I to judge or criticize this person just because they're not at the same quote-unquote level that I'm at? That level doesn't mean higher or lower. I know I just made that expression. But it does put you at a level where they're blinded by these bad behaviors, these bad patterns, and you recognize them because you've been there before. So you empathize with that, or is it sympathize? One of those two. And you want to help change this person or assist in their growth. And yeah, that could play to your favor if the person is willing to learn and put in effort. But most people aren't. Most people will show you that they are in the beginning, and then they will just quit on themselves, therefore quit on you. So what I mean by that title, be an asshole. You should be an asshole. This is the way they perceive you to be now, because now that they have crossed those barriers, stepped over those boundaries, now you're more assertive with what you want, with the things you say. You're more distant because you're not willing to give that trust, that whole trust and loyalty to that person anymore. You're not willing. They broke that trust. So they see that as you becoming an asshole. And I think you should accept that. You should accept the world that you've once lived in and outgrown. You should allow them to see you through that lens. Because that's the only way they could cope with that situation. Because they can't bring themselves to believe in their mind that this person changed, not just out the blue, happens over time, over countless situations, arguments, observing of actions. And that's why I said, if you're strong enough to leave a relationship and be looked at as the asshole, the mean guy, then you should do so. Most people don't have the willingness, the toughness to be alone, to be looked at as the mean guy, because they have that what they call the nice guy effect, right? So I think moving forward with all your relationships, you should observe people. You should observe their patterns, their habits. And you yourself should be getting better at picking these out, at being honest with yourself and realizing, this person might not be the person that you thought they were. Accepting it and moving on, moving forward. Because relationships come and go. All relationships come and go. Or the vast majority of relationships come and go. And I'm so used to that. It's a sad thing. I'm not here bragging and like, oh yes, I feel like fucking a god not being able to have as many friends and family members that I would like. It's an unfortunate thing. But I've learned throughout my life that even if it's the most perfect relationship, or what you think is the most perfect relationship, you guys like all the same things, you guys talk consistently for days, for months, it could all come to an end the next day. So that's why I don't cling on to relationships as much as I used to, because I've learned to just live on my own, especially up here. Don't get me wrong, there's tough moments where that gets difficult, and I do have friends in my life that I could go to and express myself to them. I think relationships are still a healthy thing, but with the right people. And you get through a lot of shitty people in order to get those strong, sturdy, loyal friends. And once you go through life and you go through enough relationships where, can you see I'm talking? Come over here, let me preach to you a little bit too. I might sound like I'm preaching, I'm sorry, but it's just something that's been bugging me in my mind, and I felt like people could use this type of insight. Not to say that I'm right or wrong, but just through the experiences that I've gone through. And the more and more I go through them, the more I realize how to handle them. And this is what's helping me out right now in this moment in time in my life. It's not to say that you at 16, 17, 18, whatever age you are at, or wherever you're at in the spectrum of just, I guess, for a lack of a better term, mental health. Because like I said, most people aren't able to do this. They're not able to separate themselves from the crowd or from their family members, from, the ones they think they love, and they're just getting pretty much beat down, and their patience is being tested all the time. If you're not strong enough to do something like that, then I wouldn't suggest to do it. But maybe you should. Maybe you should do it and go through that pain, go through that suffering, to understand that, hey, I can handle, distancing myself, or just completely breaking off a relationship and just focusing on the things that I need to do on a personal level to get my own life well put together and have peace. Because the people around you You already as an individual are going through so much stress, pressure, anxiety, whatever you want to call it. You just have this baggage of things, and the people around you shouldn't make things worse. There should be, yeah, sure, there should be constructive criticism between one another. You know, there should be things that you're able to point out and people not flip out, of course. But they shouldn't bring you this unnecessary amount of stress and the feeling of overwhelmed by always fighting, always disagreeing, and not being able to see eye to eye. There should be peace between relationships that you have around you. Constructive criticism. Trust that what I'm telling you in this moment makes me vulnerable. So I need you to be present and go with me through this, I guess, this moment of just wanting to talk. And, you know, don't use it against me. Don't talk behind my back about these things that I trusted you with. Because, like I said, that's how you lose trust. That's how you lose your loyalty to that other person. At least you should. That should be the breaking point. But like I said, it took me a lot of years to kind of, I guess you should respect yourself enough to walk away from toxic relationships. And like I said, it's just something that's been in my mind, something that I've been wanting to express. I haven't been able to shoot any gym videos. This is my deload week. I needed a deload week, not just for my physical recovery, but also just my mental recovery. And overall, yeah, I just needed a break. So it was very much needed. Next week I should be able to get back on my mesocycle, and the plan is to jump on cycle on January. But I am getting evicted in January. Hopefully not, but the talk says I'm getting evicted on January. So if you know me and you live in the Montebello area and or even the LA area, just keep an open eye, open ear for me. If it's for a back house, a room, preferably a back house, that would be really dope. I'm in between jobs right now. Well, not in between jobs. I'm trying to apply to other jobs for more money. Like right now, the job I have ain't cutting it. The other job that I applied for, it's been a month since they've called me. Oh, since I haven't heard from them after my interview. I called them on Monday actually this week, and they said that they're still going through the process, that they got other interviewees, and but I can't wait on them, so I'm gonna start applying to other jobs. I could, with the qualifications that I have, I could easily get a job that pays 30 to 35 an hour. So by then I'll have a better understanding of what I could afford as far as like living expenses. So yeah, right now I'm probably going through the most challenging part in my life. Losing my job a few years ago, that was extremely challenging. And now this, you know, it's funny because I've never in my life had like a set plan that is directed to success up until now. And one of the most important things that I need, which is a roof over my head and a kitchen to cook, a place to sleep, it's being taken away from me. And it's just funny how life works. But yeah, like I said, it's a challenging part in my life. It's stressful, and it should be. It's not going to be the first or the last time that I go through something this challenging. So going at it with an open mind and just a calmness, and just reassuring yourself that things will work out, because they will. Like, even if I live in my car for a year and save up, you know, to get a house, it just makes the story that much better, you know. I don't want an easy story. I don't want, you know, this silver spoon story. So it makes it cool. You know, there's a scene in Adventure Time. I'll probably post it up when he's fighting this little cat, and this little cat just keeps slashing him up, and Finn just says,
"Give it up, Meow. You're only making my face look cooler."
Life is only making me look cool. Like, damn, bro, you lived in your car for a little bit what people would call homeless. You were homeless for a bit, you know. You went on microwave food for a whole year. Anyway, this video is already super long, but yeah, man, try to think about this video. Replay it if you have to. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not the most experienced person or the smartest person, so if you disagree with me, we could go about it in the comments. I could probably change my perspective. You could probably persuade me to change my perspective, but I just have gone through these things for so long now that it'd be kind of hard. But I'm willing to understand and you know, put my shield down and receive criticism with open arms, because I don't know it all. I haven't gone through it all, so you know, I always have an open ear for any type of criticism, as long as it comes from a good place. You know, if you're just being an asshole, then that's cool. We could go back and forth with that. I'm bored, you're bored, that's fine. This video is now 25 minutes long. I'm about to go to the gym right now. Hopefully I could record more gym videos for you guys next week. Like I said, my life right now, it's like the main thing is just trying to figure this out right now. It shouldn't be an excuse not to record, but damn, sometimes I just want to get through the workout and just take my ass home. So I do apologize for not putting an extensive amount of content. So with that being said, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are chasing after your dreams. I hope you guys are being productive. And if not, don't worry about it, man. You know, we all go through phases, but just let it be a phase. If it's a couple weeks, a month, but after, get back on your shit, man. Like, get back on doing the things you need to do, because time is ticking. Peace.